Hey, welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Had some great response from the drills, the video on Sunday. Thank you for all the messages. And also, some of you have a couple of you have sent some videos of you doing it. But, anyways, also, I'm really excited. Sorry, the dogs are barking. Neighbors are out. Um, Uh-oh, come on. I'm excited and thankful that Prince Pickleball and Pickleball Central are actually going to be doing a giveaway. How do they do that? How do they get to participate or be oh my gosh, I can't speak right now. Uh, Contest, participate in the contest.
That's right. Yeah. So there's going to be a Prince paddle given away today. The only way that you need to be eligible to be in the running for that free Prince paddle is for you to share this live stream on Facebook. And at the end of this live stream, we will be announcing the winner. So go out there and share. I also want to give a big thanks to Pickleball Central and Prince Pickleball because they are offering coupon code Simone20 for 20% off any Prince paddle at either pickleballcentral.com or princepickleball.com. Good until April 30th.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you. Anyway, so where we left off. So we have some new drills today. And again, we're still working on the garage. We made a small dent on the garage today. So we're still working with the wall, the stucco wall. So the first one that I'm going to do actually, because a lot of people, I know that some of you saw Lyndon and I hit in the kitchen, and I was kind of softening up the ball, and people were asking, "Oh, are there some drills that I can work on to soften my hands?" Well, with the wall is actually a great way to work on, which is for resetting and to soften up your hands. So I'll do the first one. Actually, these are all on the wall. Let me make sure that I got. So first one, sorry. Here we go. We are ready to go. So we did the 7 feet from the wall, and you can do that in your garage or anywhere where you have a wall that you can hit against. And then you can do even a line on the wall for 36, 36. I can't even, yeah. So anyways, so here we go. So we're going a two-touch volley. So all I'm doing is just catching. So what I'm working here is softening up. My grip is actually pretty soft when I'm holding the paddle. And all I'm doing, start nice and easy, is just catching that ball. No big swings, just catch. I can do the back end as well. My wall is keeping it interesting. Feet is forward. The feet are forward. And all I'm worrying against the wall. Catch, send the ball against the wall. The better you get, can go. Put a power when you send the ball against the wall. On catching that ball. Sorry, and this actually does require some concentration. Okay, so what a while. Some of the things that you really want to focus on again. People were asking, and I'll make sure the continental grip. If you're looking, my paddle is somewhat easier to tell what a continental grip is. Sorry, here we go. So if you look, I'm actually forming a V with my hand and my paddle. Some people also, you can determine by my thumb here is lined up on, because I'm righty, is on the left side knob here. Some people have a rounder grip, and I have a little bit more square grip. If you, yeah, that's kind of where I'm looking at. So also known as the hammer grip. So if I was to grab a hammer and I was to nail the ball, that, or nail a nail, that's it. So this is it. So that's what I'm looking at. Okay. The other thing is that when you're talking about softening up, a lot of people talk about, or the question, what I'm looking for is not something like super loose, but it's something that I don't feel any tension in my hands or my arm. So I'm really just feeling it very nice and smooth and soft in my hands. So that way you can actually absorb the pace of the ball. Okay. Any questions about that? Because I know some people had questions about the grip and other things.
No questions on that just yet here, but if there are any questions out there, please throw them in the chat. I'll get them over to Simone for you guys.
Okay, so the next one, so you can do this also with a partner if you want. We have shown some videos, so Chad will jump in for a second. By the way, today is my husband's birthday. He's turning 38 years young. Yes, he wanted to make sure that I mentioned he's younger than I am. That's his thing. I am 40, he's 38. All right. Okay, so when we're doing, and again, um, you want to make sure you can set up, like if a lot of people have been sending stuff like with the driveway, that they're going out on the driveway, so you can do it. You can make sure that we have like about there should be, oh, here the 15 feet, so we're about trying to be about 14 feet from one another, so it's kind of the same thing. We're just gonna, oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Thank you. We have an assistant. Are we good? Yeah.
You guys look
Okay.
good.
All right. All right. So then again, just kind of working on softening those hands and catch the ball. Soften the hands. Contact point out in front. Uh-oh. He's turning 38. His hands are getting a little bit slower. He's got to keep working on his hands. Right?
Yeah, but you're hitting it like into my throat. He's not really helpful.
You can tell we've been inside of the house. Oh, the pluses and the minuses. We get to spend a lot of time together. All right, now we got a little rhythm. So again, we're just focusing on softening the hands. And you have a trick for this. You talk about sometimes about the like the index.
I don't have my.
Oh, sorry. So the index and thumb, a lot of the times, those are the responsible ones for really tightening the grip. So focusing on those, having a little bit lighter. I feel like the index finger, a lot of the times, that's the one that really pushes that tennis elbow. So making sure that you soften it up, like don't hold it so tightly. Uh, Phil also had the one that like you can put tissue or a Q-tip in there to make sure that it's not moving and you're keeping it nice and loose. Okay, so we good with that? Any questions, concerns?
No questions so
And as
far.
Good. So, and as you get better at these, one thing is that you can always speed the ball up. Like you can always go faster with the speed. So that way is even harder, of course, when the harder the ball comes at you, the harder it is to soften it up. So making sure that you are working on that when you are doing, especially against the wall, you want to make sure that you're doing it with a decent pace. You don't want to be too easy on the pace. Okay, so now this again, a little bit where I was getting, where we are going to be doing one dink and one stop. So the stop is going to come because you're going to be blocking. So I'm going to hit one hard and then I'm doing a soft. So I'm going to go one hard, one block. Maybe I need to work on it. Okay, here we go. So one hard, one block. 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 A little harder, that one. There you go. That's better. Good. Good, Simone. That one's too hard. That was way too much. And a lot of the times I know because of the fact that even I feel it off of my paddle. Oh yeah, sorry. I feel it how much. So how do I tell against the wall? What's my feedback from the wall? A lot of the times is because the ball is traveling way too far back to me. So if I can keep, I know the good ones because let's say I got 7 feet. If my touch volley is landing in the middle of my kitchen, that's the like 3, 4 feet here. That's the feedback from the wall that it's a good block. Because again, you have to think that the wall is responding to my ball. So if I go, that's not a block. It's coming back to me. I want to make sure that that ball is staying short because again, it's the pace of my ball. Sorry, I have pavements. There you go. Okay. That was a little deep. That was better. Okay, so again, the feedback from the wall, because you don't know where the kitchen is on the other side, to me is you can even set up some targets to keep the ball low. So you can even put a little bit of tape, you can do a box. And then I would suggest that you're looking for that ball to bounce back here in this area. So middle of your kitchen, because again, that's the feedback that you're gonna get. Is that good?
A couple questions actually are kind of coming in here, Simone. And the first
Yep.
one actually is in regards to that drill you were just doing. So what's the difference in stroke between the ones that you were hitting hard versus the ones that you were softening up? Can you talk about that a little more?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of these, so when I'm hitting hard, I'm actually creating some force forward. I'm not taking a big swing. Sometimes I'll take with my two-handed backhand, sometimes I'll take a little bit more of a backswing, but a lot of the times is by the push forward that I have. When I'm blocking, I am not doing any movement, really very little forward, if any. So you'll see the difference here. I'll go with the backhand. So if I'm hitting it hard versus soft, so the paddle is going forward, hard, soft. So that's the difference. So again, hard, soft. So the block is really a block because I'm using my paddle to soften up to take the pace off. A lot of the times when people try to do that, I think that some of maybe and I don't know thought of bringing the paddle in. I find that very hard to do, to actually extend the paddle out and bring it into the body. I'm more comfortable just kind of just letting the ball die off on my paddle. So I almost a little bit of a catcher maybe, thinking of letting that ball come into the glove and just absorbing that all that velocity. So that's kind of what you're thinking. Where my thinking is when I am absorbing the pace on my paddle. The other part too is that I don't close the face of my paddle when I do these. I kind of open up just a little. So when I hit it hard, it stays straight. So you can see the difference there. So when I'm hitting flat, it stays straight. And then when I'm blocking, I kind of open up as if also like that's like my another way of catching it, cupping the ball with the paddle. Because again, if I stay straight with the face, sometimes that's where you're not really getting a soft shot, or the ball tends to go straight into the net. Yeah, and there's a little bit, yes, a little bit of backspin, but I'm not flicking or anything. It's just by the natural angle of the ball, of the paddle. Sorry.
We have another question here from
Anything else?
yeah, a question from Spooky Days, and they ask, should we pay attention to the height of the block?
Yes, absolutely. Because especially it's kind of similar to the dink. A block and a dink are very similar in the sense that you don't want that ball because you're hitting it soft. You don't want that ball to go too high, and then all of a sudden, even if it's excuse me, even if it's short into the kitchen, um, nowadays with technology and the ability of players to create topspin, once you hit that ball high and the ball comes up, they're gonna attack it again. So you want this ball to stay low and preferably below below the net, which again, you're only going to be able to accomplish that if you can keep that ball somewhat low. I would definitely, most definitely focus on keeping, and again, I don't want to be too specific with, measurements, but I wouldn't think a foot above would not, that would not be good. I would stay somewhere in that window, maybe about 6 inches from the net max. So just think about that, and also, like, if you can put a little bit of backspin on the ball, that probably it would help. But again, just focusing on opening up the face versus, a lot of times when I see people trying to put backspin, is that they kind of are trying to use their wrist. And again, the same goes on a dink.
Okay. And then we actually have a very serious question here from John Davidson.
Oof.
And he wants to know,
John?
yeah, can you believe
Serious?
that? He wants to know who
can't.
would win in a singles battle, Landon or Eddie?
Oh my gosh, really? Oh my gosh, Chad just answered Landon. Holy moly. Landon has got some work to do. So he's still working on the back end. So the other day, because the video that we did, he only hit forehands. So we are working on a back end. And he wants to insist that he's gonna do a one-handed back end. And I'm trying, no, not right now. Right now. Yeah, he's gonna work on his two-handed back end. So I know, in a little bit we'll play again. I know. So now what we're going to do is, actually, I am distracted. Sorry, kids don't, or here against the wall, which is, so the same thing that we did with the, sorry, with the dink. But that can be a little bit of a warm up before you doing the actual block. And you can go a little bit forward, okay? And then you can, again, it's going to be a little tougher because you're going to go hard and then soft, hard and soft, hard and soft, hard and soft. So you're taking everything out of the air. Of course, this is not legal because you are in the kitchen, but it's kind of just to get also, to me, it works in several ways. One of them is that you can do, in order to avoid backswing. That's one big one, because the ball, like again, that information, the ball is coming to you fast. So when it gets to me, I have no time to take my paddle back. So that is one. The other one, to me, is that it makes you kind of know the difference. Somebody was asking about, like, how do I know the difference when I'm hitting hard and when I'm hitting soft? Is that, almost hit myself. You can see the difference on how I even swing forward. So I have to create some pace. I have to extend my arm, because otherwise the ball is not, it's just soft. I mean, there's a big difference when I'm just hitting soft volleys versus hard. Okay. So that is a really good one to the warm up of before the dink, and then the dink, the hard, and then the setup, the reset. Wow, struggle bus today. Sorry. Questions? Any more questions?
Nothing so far. It seems like you've been doing a really good job of answering them, though. So thank you for that.
I know. Sorry. I'm like, I don't know, just so much going on. Just hope Charlie doesn't fall into the pool. Okay, so now remember so I'm challenging you to, we're gonna do this. We're challenging you to do a little bit better, and I'm doing it again because I had a few questions about the footwork. So when we're doing the kitchen work, right? And we're only going to do it once today because I'm adding some more. So one of the questions was to talk about my footwork here. So when usually for me, what I like to do is my first step is like I cross over here, but then I get on my outside leg. So just really quickly. So if I'm in that kitchen line, I'm going here, here, and back. What I see sometimes is that people tend to, They take off with their dominant leg and then they cross over. So you see the difference of where I am and how much court I can cover. So I'll show you again. So I'm here. This is my middle. Okay. I go here. I take a step out and I step across. And not only that, now I have to go this way and then come back versus a little bit more efficient, but it's getting used to taking off. So I'm here, then I'm out, and then I'm back. So I hope this answers some of the questions that people had the other day about the footwork wise. So we're gonna do it really quickly. Hopefully we're doing better. And I love, by the way, I love the videos. People were like well, we're gonna get some more, but we'll talk about it in a little bit because I'll need a breather in a second. Okay, so we're gonna go 15 seconds here. Let me know, honey, when we're ready. Four, 6, 7. Feeling better. All right, feeling better today. Okay, I'm gonna go to the back end right away. So same thing here, I'll explain real quick. So here and then out. And it explains a lot why I think I'm better on this side is because again, my dominant leg is my right. So my push-off leg is better. So that's why I'm more explosive to my left side. So, all right, here we go. Ready? Three. Oh, almost ate it. Oh, yeah. No, it was kids were in the pool earlier. That would have been good. Ah,
Don't worry, Simone. We didn't see that. Nobody saw that.
I was out of the picture. Oh, it's okay. It's fine. Okay, so again, we'll do one that way, the forehand and the backhand. Okay, then we're gonna go into the ground stroke. One thing to emphasize when we're going for the ground stroke, that first step is really explosive right off the bat. So make sure. Here you go. My goal today is to get 8. All right, here we go, hon. Ah! I didn't get it. 7.5. Whew. All right, back in. Here we go. Tell me when. That's okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. So did a little better, not dying. Nearly as bad. Still gonna take a drink. You wanna show little somebody doing so I can take a drink, not die?
That's right. And I want to remind you guys out there, if you have videos of you doing some of the drills that Simone is doing here, go ahead and post them to social media and tag her in it. That way we can see what you guys are doing. But here's actually a video of someone someone doing the drills that we're going to play for you guys real quick.
You're right, Simone. Those drills really wear you out. I could do 5 in the timed session of the dinks going from side to side, and could do 4 going up the 15 feet to the kitchen line. I was so out of breath before I couldn't even record this video. I had to wait till I rested a minute. You guys take care of yourself. I'm going to keep practicing.
How great is that? And that is one of your students, right, Simone?
Yeah, Chad, one of Phyllis Alex. Yeah, she is from Ave Maria, and they come to Bonita YMCA to do clinics, and they do lessons with Chet as well. So exciting. I mean, I like I said, it's been great response. So okay, so now we're gonna add. Um, so we're gonna do, because I'm gonna add. We're gonna do the forehand backhand, but I'm gonna add 5 seconds. So we're gonna do 20 seconds instead of the reason why we're gonna add this one now. So here we go. So 20 seconds now, forehands and backhands. Here we go. And this is a lot harder, of course, because covering the whole court here. And now what we're going to do is, this is a spider drill, okay? And again, you can make it as big as you want for the drill. But we're gonna do 4 legs for that spider. So we're gonna do, one leg is there. My next one is gonna be forward. So when I go forward, so I do open stance when I'm pulled out wide. But when I go forward, I'm gonna step in and then back, recovery. Then I'm gonna go forward, step in with my opposite leg, load some weight on that ball. I got more time to do it. So it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is 20 seconds, okay? Here we go. Oh, it's burning. That's a leg burner. So that's working, movement forward, lateral movement forward as well. And again, you can do several legs to that spider. Again, you can do all 8 if you want. But for this purpose, we're doing 4. Questions, Eddie? Oh yeah, let's show Benny Boy doing it, showing off his muscles.
There we go. We have the one and only Ben Johns doing these drills.
Time.
Let's go.
Go Benny. So that's awesome.
There was actually a question I wanted to bring up here real quick, if you don't mind, Simone.
Yeah, not at all.
And this one comes from Patty Veroza. Patty wants to know, I thought crossing our feet was a no-no. Are there different schools of thought on this?
I think so, for sure. I think again, there is there's, in my opinion, there is a difference between when I cross to reach for the ball and hit it, and again, sometimes on the backhand side happens more often than on the forehand side for me, because being used to. But this is not when I'm making contact with the ball. This is for efficiency, for footwork. So a lot of the times, I think what Patty, is that her name? What Patty is talking about, which a lot of people will tell you, and when we teach that way as well, is that what we don't want you guys to do, because again, that's how, a lot of times, that's how people get hurt with their knees, is crossing over to hit the ball, and then again, being able to come back for the next ball. So that is a difference between, so again, here, crossing behind me to hit the ball, right? And on the forehand side here, what happens is that we talk about all the time, we want that contact point to be out in front versus behind. So there's people that probably they will tell you to go here to shuffle. For me, it's more efficient that I cross and then I get outside. One, because I cover more court, okay? And the other part is that I feel that I'm not dragging my feet as much, because when you shuffle, tend to drag your feet more, versus when I'm here, I'm on the balls of my feet. I'm on the like this versus kind of that part. So I hope that answers.
Yep. That's really all the questions we have right now.
Okay, and then the alternative here, and again, before I do this, I want to make sure, because the other day I had us doing, so when I start and I get to the 15 feet, okay, we were talking about, and I actually had someone who actually talked about when she was doing it, that's what she was doing. And I was like, okay, before I have you guys go and practice this, I need to make sure that you guys are comfortable doing the footwork for an overhead. Okay, so remember we did the sprint to the 15 feet line, and Eddie, just let me know, make sure that you don't lose me here. So when we get to the 15 feet line here, to the kitchen line, okay, instead of turning around and jogging, now we're gonna add as if you're going back for an overhead. So the first thing that we gotta do is make sure that you turn, okay? Turn your hips. So if you're a right-hander, so actually talking about Felix, she is lefty, so she would turn on her to her left side. So a lot of the times, just make sure that you guys, the first thing that you do is open up those hips, okay? Then as we open up, this kind of goes together. We open up our hips, and then your arm goes back up, and I like to use this hand as much as possible. This arm goes up, okay? But this part, this elbow is pointing to the back. Sometimes I talk about brush your back with the paddle, okay? So we go back. When we go back, okay, I want this foot. So I'm gonna do it again, okay? So we turn, then I want this foot to go in front. So here, right goes back, left goes in front. This goes back, the right foot goes back, and now I'm on my right foot, look up, hit the overhead. There's a little bit, if you want to jump, you can jump. So as I go back, I go here, jump, hit, and then we're going to sprint back. Again, 2 steps back. So some people are comfortable, and again, I'm okay with that as well. So if they do a couple of shuffles, as long as the feet are not on one another, because then that's when we fall, right? Of course, for sure, we're not backpedaling. Please, big no-no. But the other part is, if I turn on my side and I go like this, I don't want those feet to touch each other. Okay, she's fine. So as long as they're not touching each other. Busy evening here. So when we start, okay, we start from here. So I'm gonna start from the baseline. I'm gonna sprint forward, and I'm gonna look. Let's start with 4 good back and forth. Okay. So I'll go full speed first, and here we go. So go, split, turn, get back. And I'm gonna sprint forward again. Sorry, get forward, go back, go, sprint forward, go, hit, get back, turn, go up. We'll do one more. There you go. Okay. So again, very important that when we go back, that we're doing this versus none of this. Okay. Again, the last thing that you want is to fall when you're doing this. So, questions?
No questions on that one there. I did want to remind everybody that we have probably about 5 more minutes to enter the contest for the free Prince paddle. All you have to do is share this live stream on Facebook. And big thanks to Pickleball Central, and Prince Pickleball for that. So get yourself in the running for that free Prince paddle, guys.
So, and again, just so you know, uh, for me, one thing that has truly helped, and that I figured out, okay, what can I do to get better? How am I gonna improve in the time that I'm not playing, not hitting? What can I do? And I always feel that for any of us, for all of us, that fitness is something that you can work on. So one thing that I've been trying to, because again, as you saw on Sunday, I was literally about to die. I thought for sure, okay, oh my gosh, I'm so out of shape. I really need to get in shape. And one of the approaches for me is that I talk a little bit about uh, the ITT, which is interval training. So just this is for all levels, honestly, any level of fitness. So go out and set a goal for yourself. Then you're gonna go out and maybe run for 2 miles, but you're not gonna run the whole time. So you can run, so you can jog, and then you can walk, jog and walk. Sorry, dogs are playing now. So walk and jog. Just make sure that it's a continuous run for 2 miles. That you're not like standing. You wanna walk when you're not running. And then as you get better, and that was today I did a little bit better, because the other day when I was running, I think Monday I went for a run, and it was terrible, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really out of shape. So just make sure that every time you keep track of, like if you don't have technology, just keep track of how, like for us, we have the watch that tells me, okay, how long did I run for? What was it's kind of giving me tons of feedback. But I would keep the record, because for yourself, I think for me, like going out today, I felt so much better. And I think in times like right now, you kind of feel like, I think the tendency is to feel down. And I was just like, okay, I need to find something. I'm so goal oriented. And I was like, I need to find something that is going to show me some real results, that I'm getting better at something. And so, my advice for any of you who are goal oriented, who are finding yourselves without something like to put your I guess your mind into, and your body into, set some goals of some of the things that you're going to do. Whatever it is that you want to improve. So if it's fitness, I mean, I've gone the past 4 days like a little crazy, a little overboard, but that's my personality. But like I'm doing, sit-ups and all of these, and my goal is that by, hopefully in a couple of weeks, I will be in the best shape that I've been in a long, long time. And I will be zooming through some of these, and I'll be adding more distance to my runs, and feeling better when I'm doing that. So my biggest my biggest advice is that, again, try your best not just to sit at home and do nothing. I know that that's like sometimes is the easy thing to do, but if you can challenge yourself to do things to just for self-improvement, you don't have to compete with anybody but yourself at this point. So that was it for me. No
Good stuff.
questions.
No questions.
No, John, and like giving me some
Well,
hard time.
I will tell you that John did offer to Venmo you $10 if you pushed Chad into the pool.
Of course he did. Except that his muscles, I don't think I can do it. I think I'll end up in the pool. That's what he's trying to do, set me up so I end up in the pool. So
That's great.
not. Anyways, if you guys don't have any questions or anything, again, my plan actually for the next one, what I wanted to do is actually, hopefully, I'll be in the garage, and I'll be doing some different drills on the garage, and then taking it on the street a little bit, and show you a little bit of some of the runs that I was referring to with the ITT. In the meantime, if anybody has any questions about that, and by the way, I might actually have Catherine join me. She'll be on the other side of the street. and we'll be competing against each other down the street. So that should be fun. So she accepted the challenge, by the way.
Nice. Well, good. Well, I do think that it is time to announce the winner. What do you say, Simone?
Drum roll.
That's right. We have our winner of the Prince Paddle, thanks to Pickleball Central and Prince Pickleball. And that goes to Heidi Newman. You are the winner of the new Prince Paddle. So we will be in touch with you.
Is she related to the Newmans?
I'm sorry, Heidi Newton. I said that wrong. Heidi Newton is the winner.
She's gonna be like, don't worry about it. I can get paddles from them. All right. So Heidi Newton, and how does she get? She'll get in touch with you and get all that, or Pickleball Central, and get all that situated.
Yeah, we'll be getting in touch with you, Heidi. So go ahead and stay tuned, and we'll make sure we get all the arrangements out there for getting that paddle to you. But big congratulations again to you.
Awesome. And again, like Eddie said, I would love for you guys to send me videos of you doing some of the exercises or whatever. I actually also had somebody who sent me a photo of his garage that he, which I honestly, that is so amazing and so cool. He said he was like inspired after seeing the exercises. He went and bought some plywood and put some plywood in his garage, and now he's got a little area that he can do some drills and play in his garage. So that is so cool. Oh, Lennon. Len is on it. See? Now, Eddie. Yeah, Eddie, you got competition here.
That's right. I'm ready for my singles match with him.
Okay. Are you ready, Bubba? Anyways, so if you don't have any questions, anything, we
are good.
Okay, we'll see you next time. And again, feedback welcome. Always anything else we want to cover.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay, thank you.